It is Monday, April 2nd, 2018. It is 7:23 on this beautiful Monday morning. You made it to April. Happy birthday, Dad, by the way, up in heaven. 60 degrees right now here at the studios of The Source. We are broadcasting live from the Paddock Mall just outside the WOCA commissary, where you too can get an egg roll or a vegetarian egg roll. I found out the other day.
Yeah, isn't that nice?
Good morning, Robin. How you doing over there?
I'm good. Good morning, Larry. How are you?
Okay. Let's see. The weather man is telling me to tell you 85 degrees is the expected high today. 62 is the expected low tonight. There's only about an 18% chance we'll see rain early this afternoon, but I got to tell you about it if it's there, right? Tomorrow, the chance of rain increases to about 45%. Again, that'll be tomorrow afternoon, but otherwise tomorrow looks pretty nice as well. 85 is the high, 61 is the low. 83 on Wednesday. Hey, the music started again. And then 52 Wednesday night. It looks pretty nice, really. First Friday art walk, by the way, this Friday. First Friday.
Yeah, isn't that great?
Is this the last First Friday until autumn?
No, May.
No, May is the last.
Yeah,
Okay.
June, July, and August. First Friday is on hiatus.
Good morning, partner. How you doing over there?
I'm great. Good morning, Larry. How are you?
Have a happy Easter yesterday.
Yes, I had one too. Very happy Easter with everybody.
All right, let's see. 7:35. We've got news and commentary and coffee and your calls and the informal delivery of the news, which means that anything goes pretty much. 8:05. Galen Unold will be on the air with us. I found an interesting article about a question, and the question was, what kind of crazy ideas have come to you in the shower? And
nice.
The whole thing is called Shower Thoughts. It's on the website called Reddit, Reddit, if you're not familiar with it.
Nice.
So Shower Thoughts, and I think you will enjoy some of these shower thoughts.
Nice. I love that.
Things you have thought about in the shower. They say that, wasn't it Beethoven or Bach? One of those guys used to pour water on his head to inspire him to write music or something.
Yeah, I can't recall who it was, but it's just, such an awesome feeling in the shower.
Bern Pareso will be on the air, but not live this morning at 9:05. She is, of course, our go-to gal when it comes to information regarding our health providers. Yep. She told Tish, and Tish told us that she would not be able to be here this morning, so we will have a rebroadcast from Bern Pareso. Nick Elam at 9:20. Nick is a sports researcher, a diehard basketball fan, and assistant professor of educational leadership at Ball State University in Indiana.
Okay.
And he's going to talk to us about the Elam ending, the final game of the 2018 NCAA tournament played today.
Yeah.
Played today.
Yep.
I'm going to have to ask Galen to give me some pointers.
Yeah.
I'll sound knowledgeable when we finally get to that segment.
There you go.
Dev Ojala. Dev Ola.
I don't know. We're going to have to ask.
Aujla. Ojala. Dev is going to talk to us about 50 ways to get a job, an unconventional guide to finding work on your terms.
Isn't that something?
There must be 50 ways to get a job.
Come on, Paul.
Sit out the back, Jack. Make a new plan, Stan. You don't need to be coy, Roy. Just set yourself free.
Yeah.
Hop on the bus, gut. You don't need to discuss much.
That's a good. I wonder how many people had that song in their head when they were leaving.
Yeah. There must be 50 ways to get a job. All right, Steve Berry. Steve Berry is coming on. He's in the story, and he's been with us before.
He's amazing.
He's got a new novel. It's called The Bishop's Pawn, and it's got credentials that go from here to the other side of yin and yang.
Yes, exactly.
Linda Tillis will be in the studio. She worked in the garment industry for 18 years. She's been on our show before. She's got a bunch of books. She's got a new one called A Heart for All Time, a novel dedicated to 911 operators. Well, that's interesting. I can't wait to hear that one. It's a time travel paranormal novel set in Greenville, Tennessee.
Yep.
All right. Well, gosh, I can't wait to hear about that one.
Yeah.
She's coming in the studio, right?
Yep, and she's got a book signing event this Thursday at the Dunellen Public Library and one this Saturday at the Bellevue Public Library. So you can meet Linda. Gosh, she's amazing.
Dr. Angela Hattery and Dr. Earl Smith are coming on to talk to us about policing black bodies.
That's their book.
How black lives are surveilled and how to work for change.
Yep.
Policing black bodies. Wow. Both are professors of, Dr. Smith is a professor of sociology, and Dr. Hattery is a professor and director of women and gender studies at George Mason University. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll find out about that. Jack Siegel is a retired military and career diplomat. He's been doing this for 50 years. He's going to talk to us about a new documentary called The Price of Peace, a compelling look at military and diplomatic deterrence.
That's right.
We got a busy morning, an eclectic morning, too. Lots of stuff this morning.
Yeah, very eclectic.
Let me squeeze in a few things. Don't forget, this coming Saturday is the Champions for Champions event where you can shoot shotguns up into the sky.
Yeah, at the pigeons.
And try to knock clay discs out of the sky.
That's right.
And we will be there taking pictures.
Mm-hmm.
We're not shooting shotguns. We're shooting cameras.
Exactly.
However, there will be lots of NFL alumni. In other words, famous guys from football teams like Don Nottingham, who was with the Miami Dolphins.
Super Bowl winner.
Played in the Super Bowl, yes. And his friends. It's basically his...
Phil Smith.
His deal. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so if you want to do this, you'll have to... it's kind of late to tell you. Let's see. I would say go to the website, nflalumni.org. Click on the events tab, and it'll give you the calendar. Make sure you go to April 7th. Just ignore the part that says South Florida. It's not in South Florida. It's happening west of Denellen near Inglis.
Yes.
At a shooting range over there.
Fun.
So not too far away. And we'll be there. All right, we'll take a little break and be right back. This is The Source, WOCA Ocala.
Fox News Radio. I'm Lillian Wu. President Trump tweeting about ending DACA, writing these big flows of people are all trying to take advantage of DACA. They want in on the act. Some Democrats say he never intended to save the program.
He never had a plan for trying to fix DACA, and he turned down several bipartisan deals. It was always a game. It was always a trick. He was never arguing in good faith.
That's Keith Ellison, DNC Deputy Chair. China hitting back on steel and aluminum tariffs from the White House.
Beijing is imposing its own import charges on 128 U.S. goods. The penalties range from 15% on fresh and dried fruits to 25% on scrap aluminum imports and various kinds of frozen pork. They are set to take effect today.
That's Maria Bartiromo with the Fox Business Network. Fox News, we report, you decide.
I don't know how else to say this, so I'll just say it.
What is it, Linda?
I think we should see other people.
Are you breaking up with me? On a roller coaster?
Well, we do have a lot of fun. Maybe we should stay together.
An emotional roller coaster? Surprising. What's not surprising? How much you could save by switching to Geico.
I just need a little me time.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
When you're hiring, you don't want to waste time sorting through dozens of irrelevant resumes. You want an efficient way to get to a short list of qualified candidates. That's why you need Indeed.com. Post a job in minutes. Set up screener questions based on your job requirements. Then zero in on qualified candidates using an intuitive online dashboard. Discover why 3 million businesses use Indeed for hiring. Post a job today at Indeed.com/hire. Search for greatness. Search Indeed.
Automax Ocala. Compare nearly all makes and models. Honda, Toyota, Nissan, Kia, Ford, Chevy, Dodge. Go to AutomaxOcala.com right now. Every vehicle is clearly marked on the window with the low outlet price. No gimmicks, no commitments. This truly is your car shopping experience. Test drive Automax.com. Get 2.9% interest with no payment for 90 days with fast approval and credit approval. See dealer for details. That's Automax, corner of 17th and Easy Street. Quality cars at outlet prices.
Can you think of a better place to buy trees than at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens? We cannot, especially since you buy one and get one at half price. Examples, a larger tree of your choice, 5 to 7 feet tall, just $59, and get a second one just like it for half price. How about a citrus tree? Bob has orange, tangelo, tangerine, lemon, lime, kumquat, pomelo, grapefruit, and more, with prices starting as low as $59.99. Inside the greenhouse, hundreds of outstanding buys with decor galore. Most everything is 10% off, and a lot of stuff is 20% off. Just in Encore ever-blooming Southern Living azaleas at a super low price. They bloom all year round. Don't wait. Check the ad and hurry to Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens, Southeast 38th Street, Ocala. Daily till 4:30, Saturdays till 3. Locally grown, family-owned, same blooming place since 1952.
Here is your 1-minute news brief from the source. WOCA Florida is preparing to launch the nation's first program that diverts state tax revenue to pay for students who have been bullied to attend private schools. Close to $1 billion in tax revenues will be diverted to vouchers. SpaceX plans to launch its Falcon 9 rocket from Cape Canaveral Air Force Station today at 4:30 p.m. Threats of mass shootings and terrorist acts are being added to a Florida law that makes written threats second-degree felonies. Governor Rick Scott signed a bill on Friday that reinstates Florida's Resign to Run law, requiring anyone running for Congress to turn in a resignation letter before qualifying, but the change will not apply to Scott if he runs for the Senate because lawmakers tweaked the bill to exempt those planning to leave office anyway at the end of their term. And the Walmart Supercenter on State Road 200 now offers online grocery orders. You don't even need to leave your car. A personal shopper will load your groceries at no additional cost. And that is your news brief from the source.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident on this Monday. Times of clouds and sun with a shower or thunderstorm in spots in the afternoon, but mainly dry along the coast. The high 81 at the coast, 86 inland. Monday night will be mainly clear. Low 62 inland, 69 at the coast. Tuesday, partly sunny and warm. High 81 at the coast, 87 inland. Wednesday, sunshine, some clouds and warm. High 82 to 86. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
The sound of the bat cracking, the crowd cheering, the smell of overpriced but tasty hot dogs, the memories that will last a lifetime of your first baseball game with Little Johnny. Your team wins. It was a great night until you get home. It's 9 p.m. and your wife says you have no water.
We have no water.
What do you do?
What do you do?
Rule number 1, don't panic. Remain calm. Okay, that's 2 rules.
We don't have time for jokes, funny man.
Okay, think back. On the way home, you heard a radio commercial.
Mike's Got Plumbing. If water runs through it, we do it.
Eureka. You saved the day. You remembered that Mike Scott Plumbing doesn't charge extra for nights, weekends, or holidays. You are a genius.
Hey, Mr. Genius, did you remember the phone number?
Of course you did. Remember, you're a genius. 352-237-2888. Because at Mike Scott Plumbing, if water runs through it, we do it. Even if water's not running through it at this particular moment. Mike Scott Plumbing.
The NFL alumni is sponsoring a Clays for Kids, a sporting event to benefit the Marion County Champions for Champions. The event will take place at the Robinson Ranch in Ingles, Florida
on Saturday, April 7th.
Call 427-0950 for detailed information. The NFL alumni will provide gift bags, breakfast, lunch, prizes, and drawings throughout the day. Call 427-0950 for detailed information on the Clay for Kids sporting event hosted by the NFL alumni.
Ocala Aviation now has opportunities for flight instructors.
Wait, hold on, Brad, is this correct? You're looking for instructors, not students?
Actually, we're looking for both.
Well, that's descriptive.
Well, I need flight instructors because we're now affiliated with a major university and can offer 4-year degrees. Plus, we're also approved to work directly with VA students.
Okay, so a degree in what, and what's a VA student?
Well, it's a bachelor's degree in aeronautics, which includes a commercial pilot's license, and there's financial aid available. By VA students, I mean veterans. They now have access to new benefits to pay for flight training.
Okay, so you have new opportunities for new students. What about the instructor side of it?
Well, with new students, we need more instructors.
Well, yeah, that makes sense.
So, if anyone out there is a flight instructor, I want to encourage them to come see me. And if they're not an instructor but have their commercial license, we can help them become an instructor.
So they get their instructor license and have a job too.
Exactly.
So you got a lot going on. The VA, the college, and now hiring instructors and future instructors too.
Yep. So now can we get the commercial started?
Already ahead of you.
Call Brad to get your adventure started today at Ocala Aviation, 861-7484.
All right, 23 minutes before 8 o'clock. I think that was my cue right there. All right, let's open up the phone lines and talk about the news. We got an informal delivery of the news for you right now, and that means you can be part of it. The number is 622-9622 if you'd like to call in. I just have to figure out what I did with all my papers.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I was distracted. I was being distracted, Robin. You know how that happens, right?
Yeah, well, that's okay. You got to break. Got to do something.
Well, there was a few. Yesterday being Easter, I don't know how many of you participated in April Fools. There were a couple of notable ones on the national scale. Let's see. Arby's said they were teaming up with an eyeglass company to create eyeglasses made out of onion rings. I think that was one.
Oh, okay.
Burger King said they were going to have a chocolate Whopper. I think that was another one.
Okay.
Stephen King said he was going to run for governor of Maine.
Oh, there you go.
So there were some of them. So and we tried a few yesterday, but nothing really worked.
No, Easter Sunday.
Easter
Sunday.
Easter was more, I guess, on our minds. Hard-boiled eggs and things like that.
Yeah, exactly. Church service, beautiful. Thank you so much, Pastor Jeffrey Shanks at St. John Lutheran Church. My mother said it was an exceptional service, exceptional message, and I agree.
Were there more people in church than usual?
Yes.
Yes. Does the pastor reprimand those who just show up on Easter?
No.
Because I used to hate that. I go on Easter and the pastor would say, "I see a lot of you here that I don't normally see."
No, he's really
I would
good.
like to ask you if there's a reason. Any of you want to speak up on behalf of the rest of you? And I would just look around. Is there anything I can doodle with here? Okay.
No, he always invites people. He said, if some of you are looking for a church home and trying out all the different churches, consider us.
Yeah.
I mean, he's really nice.
Try it one a year.
Pastor Shanks is really, really nice.
The TV show Hill Street Blues and NYPD Blue. Did you watch either of those shows?
Yes, I did. I liked Hill Street Blues. Didn't care for NYPD Blue, but I enjoyed Hill Street Blues. Barbara Bosson.
They were both created in part by a gentleman named Stephen Bochco. I don't know if that's the right pronunciation. He has passed away.
Oh, okay.
He was 74 years old. He was battling a rare form of leukemia.
Gosh, he was brilliant. He really knew how to get to the real people, the personalities in those shows.
My dad was an
Talented
NYPD guy. I don't know if he watched them, and I don't know if he liked them. I know my father did in general, he did like watching police shows. He did not like watching war movies, though, so big difference, I guess. There's a rocket going up this afternoon.
Oh, nice.
Another SpaceX rocket. It's a Falcon 9. It'll be launching from Cape Canaveral. It's expected to go up around 4:30. And it'll arrive at the International Space Station at 7 a.m. tomorrow. And it'll be there for a while, like a month or so, and then they'll bring it back down here. It's got some experiments on it, in addition to the cargo and the cargo and the food and everything else that they're bringing up to the astronauts who live up there.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Nice.
Walmart has a new deal here in Ocala. I don't know if you heard this one. You can now order online. I don't know if I think this is just the Walmart next door, right? The one here next to the mall?
Oh, okay, on Easy Street.
It says Southwest State Road 200. Is that?
No, that's the one by me.
Oh, that's the one by you?
484.
Oh, okay.
Southwest State Road 200.
Well, so that's the one. Okay, so you can order groceries online. You do not have to get out of your car. You tell them when you're going to pick it up, and they will have it ready for you. Load it into your car, and you pull off. You know, when I was a kid, my mother used to go to this grocery store. I don't remember what it was called. And you'd pay for the groceries, and you did not bring them out to your car. You put them on the conveyor belt. They couldn't order online, of course. But you went shopping, and you didn't carry anything out to your car. You just went back out to your car, and then drove the car around to the loading area.
Oh, how nice.
And I guess you had a number or some way so they knew whose groceries were whose. And
yeah, I would think so.
Yeah.
I would think so.
I remember that. And then the kids who did it was basically kids. They would get tips. I don't know if they got paid as well as tips. They probably did, I guess. I don't know. But
well, this is a good way for the stores to keep their brick and mortar places.
I wonder why that didn't catch on. I mean, it seems like a pretty good idea.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You know what they need, though?
What's that?
They need the personal shopper to come home with you.
What, and put them away and cook your meals?
Well, that would be good, too. But at least put them away, yeah.
Yeah.
So you arrive home, Hello, Mrs. Smith. I'm here to put your groceries. Oh, thank God. That's the worst part of grocery shopping. Is taking them out of the car and putting them into the cupboards. Yes, I understand, Mrs. Smith. Come on. I'll help you with those eggs.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. Wow.
Oklahoma's teachers plan to stage a walkout today. Their Governor Mary Fallin, approved a $6,100 average pay raise. She called it the largest teacher pay raise in history of the state. However, the state's teachers union, the Oklahoma Education Association, had another name for it: incomplete.
Oh.
The teachers plan to hold a rally in the state's capital in Oklahoma City. Last week, teachers in Arizona rallied at their state's capital, and those in Kentucky called out of work altogether. The teachers are getting upset with their pay.
Well, sure. They need to have good pay. I mean, they have a lot of lives in their hands, and they need to get compensated for it.
I'm telling
their
you.
expertise.
I know, exactly. My advice, quit your job, just get a job at a radio station. It pays so much more
Oh, I know, it does.
than a teacher ever would get.
Exactly.
Just so you know.
Exactly.
That's my experience. Let's see. Villanova and Michigan will meet for a national championship matchup tonight.
Yep.
After winning their respective national semifinals Saturday at the Final Four. The Wildcats looked impressive in a rout of Kansas, setting a Final Four record by drilling 14 three-pointers in 21 minutes and 18 overall.
Okay, so Villanova and who? What's the other name?
Michigan.
Michigan. Okay, I want to be prepared for a 9:20. That way, at least I know the two teams that are left.
The Wolverines, Robin, meanwhile,
yes,
sent home the tournament's giant-killing Cinderella.
Okay.
In Loyola, Chicago, by hitting their stride late in the game, thanks to Moritz Wagner's dominant performance. For those of you who know me, you know I just read that whole thing. Those of you who don't know me probably thought, this guy's reading, isn't he? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. When it comes to sports, I am going to read it because I don't know what I'm even saying. It's like a foreign language to me. I just know how to pronounce the words. It's like, yeah, I can do that. I can read Spanish pretty much and pronounce the words pretty much, but I have no idea what I'm saying. Let's see. In the state of Florida, it is now a felony to threaten mass shootings or to threaten a terrorist act.
It wasn't against the law before.
It wasn't a felony.
Oh, I see.
It was a misdemeanor.
Oh.
Now it's a felony. Yeah, it used to be considered free speech. You should be allowed to say that, and then they made it a misdemeanor. Now it's a felony.
Okay. Good.
But it used to be not against the law at all. You could say, "I'm going to kill you," and get away with it.
Well, now I'm glad you can't.
But I think this is mostly in writing. Like if you put it in writing, and part of the problem was somehow they would drag under the bus the like Facebook and the other sites that people would post this stuff on.
Right.
And it didn't seem fair. I mean, why would Facebook be liable for somebody's crazy writings?
Exactly.
So the bill makes them not liable for anything.
Oh, good.
It exempts internet providers and telecommunications services from liability.
Oh, good.
If the threat is made online. The governor also signed a bill on Friday that reinstates the resign to run law. I guess you had to resign your official position with the state in order to run for another office or a federal office.
And that made sense.
Before 2008, and then they changed it to help Governor Charlie Crist at that time. Because he was considering running for vice president, so they changed that. The new law requires anyone running for Congress to turn in a resignation letter 10 days before qualifying. However, as you know, the governor is probably going to run for the Senate. This law will not apply to him. And here's why. Because he's in charge, basically. And he got together with the other lawmakers up there, and they tweaked the bill.
I see.
Tweaked it.
They tweaked it.
To exempt those who were planning on leaving office at the end of their current term. So there you go.
There you go.
So you have to resign if you're going to run for another office. However, if you're planning on ending your current term and being done with it, then you don't have to. Interesting.
Very.
Florida is preparing to launch the nation's first program that diverts state tax revenue to pay for students who have been bullied to attend private schools. It is the country's largest school voucher program. Some say it could eventually be a role model for the rest of the nation. The state of Florida, though we spend the most money on vouchers, or we will, it'll be close to $1 billion of your tax money going to kids who would like to go to a private school instead. The voucher initiatives receive 3 times more funding than they do in the state of Ohio. 3 times more. And Ohio is the second largest. They have $266 million going toward their vouchers. We have 3 times that amount.
Why don't they put that money toward rehabilitating the bullies? Because, the kids get out of school that are bullied, and those bullies are going to pick on other kids. And they're not going to solve the problem. They got to solve the problem and get rid of the bullies, not have the good students move out of the area.
So let me tell the listeners about our Saturday experience. Saturday morning, Robin and I went to judge the videos that are made by the students who are entering their videos into a contest for the Student Media Festival, which is now, I don't know how long they've been doing it, 15 years maybe?
At least, yeah.
They've been doing it a long time. So this year it was so nice because sometimes they give Robin and I just younger children because they know we've done children's books. Mm-hmm. This year they gave us some videos from the kindergartners, some videos from 3 through whatever, and some high school kids.
Yep, 3 through 5 and
so, hey,
6 through 8, 9 through 12.
Needless to say, the videos that the young ones make are always cute. They're just always adorable, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But I got to tell you, there was one. I'm not going to tell you any more than this.
No.
Don't worry.
Okay, all right.
Are you actually thinking I'm going to blow the whistle? First of all, I don't even know the names of the kids who made the video.
Yeah.
I just want to tell you this.
Or the category. Can't say that.
I'm not going to say anything.
Okay.
All I'm going to say is this. Gosh. There's a parking space up there. I see it. There's a girl in white pants out there. I see her. You like to tell me things, so I'm kind of going in that direction anyway.
Okay.
All right. So anyway, what was I?
Complimenting the students.
So let me tell you. Some of these high school kids. Look, the younger kids did good, but the high school kids did unbelievably well. I mean, these kids were making some good videos. So we saw one that was over the top good. I mean, just so well produced and so well done. Mm-hmm. I mean, you would have sworn that Steven Spielberg worked for a TV news station or something.
Yeah.
It was so well done. Okay. And then I said to Rob, that was the first one we watched in that category. And then I said to Robin, I hope none of the rest are that good because I'm going to have a hard time.
Yeah.
Well, none of the rest were that good. However, if we had seen that one last, all of the others would have blown us away. It's just what happened was that they were all good, but the first one was like exceptionally good. It was just so well done. So
yeah.
So the Student Media Festival will be on the 13th.
Yes, of April.
And I believe they show it on TV, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Don't they show it
throughout
on TV?
the whole month? Yep. And they show it live, and then they do rebroadcasts of it.
Just kudos to our video community here in Ocala. They do a great job.
Yeah, our Marion County Public School students, this is for them, and they do an excellent job. They have over 200 entries every year, and they go on to state competition and national competition, and our public school students win.
We have a young guy in our community. I guess most of you know Alex Moy. He is so good at what he does, and of course, he's a professional at this point. But I believe he started out as one of the students that entered the Student Media Festival. I got to ask him one day. I don't bump into him very often.
Yeah, I think he did.
But he's really, really very talented at it, as are some of our other video makers, but they're old men, so I'm not going to name them.
Yeah.
We've been around a while.
They're our generation, yes.
Hey, when you've been doing something that long, you should be good.
Exactly.
That's no excuse for my behavior on the radio, but everybody else is pretty good at what they do. After Bill Cosby's sexual assault trial last year ended in a hung jury, both sides are Both sides are getting ready to go at it again in Norristown, Pennsylvania, outside Philadelphia. With District Attorney Kevin Steele back at the head of the prosecution team, the new jury selection begins today after a delay to allow for more time to wrangle over pretrial issues. Cosby has pleaded not guilty to charges that he drugged and molested Andrea Constand in his suburban Philadelphia home in 2004.
Oh, come on, Bill Cosby, just man up and just say, yeah, I did it. You got me. Why waste money?
You can't do that.
You should just do that.
You would never be picked as a juror.
Yeah, that's right.
Every one of those jurors has to impress upon the judge, the prosecutor and the defending team. They have to impress upon them that they don't have their mind made up. They may have heard about it, but they really are not sure.
Yeah.
That's if you want to be a juror. If you don't want to be a juror, you go in there and you say, "Oh, I'm going to hang the guy. I don't care."
Yeah, right.
I don't care if he did it or not. He's dead. Done. Slip out the back, Jack. Make a new plan, Stan. Don't need to be coy, Roy. Get yourself free. China says it is rolling out new tariffs today on meat, fruit, and other products as retaliation against taxes approved by President Trump on imported steel and aluminum. The announcement follows through on warnings Chinese officials have made for several weeks in an escalating trade dispute with the United States. The tariffs on 8 imported U.S. products, including pork, and 120 imported U.S. commodities, including fruit, mirror Trump's 25% charge on imported steel and 15% hike on aluminum. I don't think the president is worried, to be honest with you.
No, I don't think so. I don't think the American people are worried.
I think it's probably what's best for their country.
Yeah.
I sincerely think so. I think what the president did with the aluminum is what's best for us. Mm-hmm. And if China is doing that just as a retaliation, that's a bad reason to do it. They should be doing it so that their fruit farmers and their vegetable farmers and meat producers have a little better chance of surviving in their own country.
Exactly.
I mean, that's really the reason to do it, not as retaliation.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, then, hold on a second. You're going to send us some pork? We're going to...
I'll take my ball and go home. We're not going to play anymore.
Yeah, so whatever.
I'll show you.
Let's see. What else do we have here? The car carrying 2 women and their 6 adopted children was going 90 miles per hour when it plunged off of a 100-foot cliff along a Seaside, California highway in a wreck that is being considered mysterious last Monday. I'm sure you heard this story where everybody died.
Yeah.
California Highway Patrol investigators found no acceleration marks, no tire friction marks, no evidence of braking. There was also no evidence that the car collided with the embankment as it traversed towards the tidal zone below. In other words, the Hart family was murdered by whoever was at the steering wheel.
Yeah, my God. My God. That had to have been... Well, I'm glad they, figured it out.
Just hard story.
Yeah, but don't take the children.
Jerome Corsi's red-hot new book called Killing the Deep State, The Fight to Save President Trump is a runaway bestseller, but you wouldn't know it from reading the New York Times. An interview with reporters by Corsi, the author, said he's not entirely surprised that his book has been excluded from the New York Times bestselling list. He says they don't want any book that will support President Trump on their list.
Oh, my.
Even if the book is legitimately outselling most other books. Wow. He says it's completely disgraceful and dishonest, but again, the New York Times is disgraceful and dishonest. Oh, wow.
Gosh, isn't that something?
So it's outselling all the other books, but it's not on the New York Times bestselling list.
Well, we've had some authors on that. They've been on the USA Today best book selling list, but not on the New York Times best selling list.
Well, yeah, I think he's probably making a really legitimate point.
Yeah.
I've wondered about that several times when we've had political books that were doing well in other lists.
Yeah.
Good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning. Happy day after Easter.
Hey, Hugh. How you doing?
Oh, pretty good, thank you. You know, Easter is so different from when I was growing up. Robin probably remembers too, back up in Wisconsin, like on Good Friday, everything would be shut down between noon and 3 o'clock. Yeah. I mean, everything, including the taverns, I mean, everything was shut down, and that was it. And Easter Sunday, nothing was open. But, you know, nowadays, Walmart, everybody's open on Sundays, and nothing's going on Fridays. It's just a different world.
The mall was closed yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Publix, too. But most of the businesses are, you gotta, it's a different world now. Yeah.
Well, what's that hamburger joint?
Culver's.
Culver's.
Yeah.
Culver's in Gainesville was closed on Friday.
Yep.
And that's
what was just between noon and 3.
What?
Huh?
What'd you say?
Was it closed all day or just between noon and 3 o'clock?
Oh, I don't know.
I think it was closed all day because we talked to a publicist who was booking somebody, and they said that they'd have to get with them on Monday because they would be closed all day Friday. Yeah. So
I don't know. Yeah.
Well, Easter is right behind Halloween as far as candy consumption.
Thank you for the trivia.
Yeah, and of course, my favorite was jelly beans, and I always fought my sister growing up for the black ones because that was my favorite.
Oh, yeah, the licorice. I love the black jelly beans.
My Uncle Harvey said one time, in the Easter basket, you got your Easter bunny and all your candy, and then it's loaded up with jelly beans. My Uncle Harvey one time says that those jelly beans were Easter bunny poop.
Yeah, oh, that's funny. I bet you that was great for the children. That's wonderful.
I never forgot that. That was many years ago.
Oh, that's great. You remember. That is one. Yeah. I love stories like that.
Thank you, Hugh.
Okay, thanks, guys.
All right, let's head out. We've ended the show on a very up note: jelly beans, rabbit poop, and Uncle Harvey.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be right back. This is The Source, WOCA Ocala.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. China hiking tariffs on 128 U.S. products starting today.
Is being viewed as retaliating against President Trump's tariffs on steel and aluminum. The move is heightening fears of a possible trade war.
Fox's Kelly Wright. The president this morning continues to tweet about DACA, the program to help those brought here illegally as children. The president blaming Democrats, saying they didn't care or act. Democrats say the president never intended to save DACA. And it's down to the final two tonight.
When 3-seed Michigan meets 1-seed Villanova at the Alamo Dome in San Antonio. Villanova enters the game as the favorite, coming off a 95-79 win over Kansas in their Final Four matchup, while Michigan ended the run of tournament Cinderella Loyola Chicago with a 69-57 win.
Fox's Ryan Mayer. Fox News, we report, you decide.
I don't know how else to say this, so I'll just say it.
What is it, Linda?
I think we should see other people.
Are you breaking up with me? On a roller coaster?
Well, we do have a lot of fun. Maybe we should stay together.
An emotional roller coaster? Surprising. What's not surprising? How much you could save by switching to Geico.
I just need a little me time.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
When you're hiring, you don't want to waste time sorting through dozens of irrelevant resumes. You want an efficient way to get to a short list of qualified candidates. That's why you need Indeed.com. Post a job in minutes. Set up screener questions based on your job requirements. Then zero in on qualified candidates using an intuitive online dashboard. Discover why 3 million businesses use Indeed for hiring. Post a job today at Indeed.com/hire. Search for greatness. Search Indeed.
Can you think of a better place to buy trees than at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens? We cannot, especially since you buy one and get one at half price. Examples, a larger tree of your choice, 5 to 7 feet tall, just $59, and get a second one just like it for half price. How about a citrus tree? Bob has orange, tangelo, tangerine, lemon, lime, kumquat, plumelo, grapefruit, and more, with prices starting as low as $59.99. Inside the greenhouse, hundreds of outstanding buys, with decor galore. Most everything is 10% off, and a lot of stuff is 20% off. Just in Encore Ever Blooming Southern Living Azaleas at a super low price. They bloom all year round. Don't wait. Check the ad and hurry to Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens, Southeast 38th Street, Ocala. Daily till 4:30, Saturdays till 3. Locally grown, family owned, same blooming place since 1952.
Here is your 1-minute news brief from the source. WOCA Florida is preparing to launch the nation's first program that diverts state tax revenue to pay for students who have been bullied to attend private schools. Close to $1 billion in tax revenues will be diverted to vouchers. SpaceX plans to launch its Falcon 9 rocket from Cape Canaveral Air Force Station today at 4:30 p.m. Threats of mass shootings and terrorist acts are being added to a Florida law that makes written threats second-degree felonies. Governor Rick Scott signed a bill on Friday that reinstates Florida's Resign to Run law, requiring anyone running for Congress to turn in a resignation letter before qualifying, but the change will not apply to Scott if he runs for the Senate because lawmakers tweaked the bill to exempt those planning to leave office anyway at the end of their term. And the Walmart Supercenter on State Road 200 now offers online grocery orders. You don't even need to leave your car. A personal shopper will load your groceries at no additional cost. And that is your news brief from the source.
Automax Ocala. Compare nearly all makes and models. Honda, Toyota, Nissan, Kia, Ford, Chevy, Dodge. Go to AutomaxOcala.com right now. Every vehicle is clearly marked on the window with the low outlet price. No gimmicks, no commitments. This truly is your car shopping experience. Test drive Automax.com. Get 2.9% interest with no payment for 90 days with fast approval and credit approval. See dealer for details. That's Automax, corner of 17th and Easy Street. Quality cars at outlet prices.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident on this Monday. Times of clouds and sun with a shower or thunderstorm in spots in the afternoon, but mainly dry along the coast. The high 81 at the coast, 86 inland. Monday night will be mainly clear. Low 62 inland, 69 at the coast. Tuesday, partly sunny and warm. High 81 at the coast, 87 inland. Wednesday, sunshine, some clouds and warm. High 82 to 86. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
The sound of the bat cracking, the crowd cheering, the smell of overpriced but tasty hot dogs, the memories that will last a lifetime of your first baseball game with little Johnny. Your team wins. It was a great night until you get home. It's 9 p.m. and your wife says you have no water.
We have no water.
What do you do?
What do you do?
Rule number 1, don't panic. Remain calm. Okay, that's 2 rules.
We don't have time for jokes, funny man.
Okay, think back. On the way home, you heard a radio commercial.
Mike's Got Plumbing. If water runs through it, we do it.
Eureka. You saved the day. You remembered that Mike Scott Plumbing doesn't charge extra for nights, weekends, or holidays. You are a genius.
Hey, Mr. Genius, did you remember the phone number?
Of course you did. Remember, you're a genius. 352-237-2888. Because at Mike Scott Plumbing, if water runs through it, we do it. Even if water's not running through it at this particular moment. Mike Scott Plumbing.
The NFL alumni is sponsoring a Clays for Kids, a sporting event to benefit the Marion County Champions for Champions. The event will take place at the Robinson Ranch in Inglis, Florida.